Dear Dr. Morse, thank you for all the content you put out there. You're welcome. It has been such a blessing to come across your... Oh, thanks, man. I have been struggling for the last 7 years due to seizures. Oh, God. But your approach gives me hope again. Okay, so talking about that, magnesium, you know, you don't want to get into that. But we've got an antispasmodic. And oh, my God, it's great. Now, it's a little on the hot side right now. I don't know why. But it's good for seizures, not the glycerin. You want the alcohol based, and you want it. If you're set up with seizures, I would take this antispasmodic on a regular basis with the other herbs. I would be going after my kidneys. Obviously, get them to filter. Filtration of the kidneys, number one, vital. If you do nothing else, do that. Then the adrenals on top. Now, that's the autonomic, all right? So the more chronic the adrenal glands get, you start to see those nerve rings developing in your eyes, like age rings on a tree. That means your myelin sheaths are getting chronic, so your electrical impulses are lowered. Well, as the adrenals are suppressed, their ability to produce neurotransmitters is suppressed. And your myelin sheaths are decaying. There you get the neuropathies and everything from that. So then the functionability of the cells on the other side becomes hypofunction because you're suppressing the nervous system, which turns on life everywhere. You must always look at two things that suppress the function thereof outside of trauma. That is electrical or lymphatic. Blood never suppresses, because by that time you're a dead duck anyway, physically. So you're really looking at two things that are the culprit of this, and neurological and lymphatic. However, what suppresses the nervous system? Outside of neurotoxins that we're ingesting, lymphatic stagnation. Oh my God. I was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 12, guys, with about 1 seizure per year. On hypothesis on how this started was at birth, the right side of my brain was very compressed with forceps. You know, that's why our school is going to have a great coursework on midwifery and how to take care of yourself so the baby just slips right out. Hello, world. I'm here. Let me just dig them out. Uh-huh. All right. Well, upper circ and brain and nerve, I keep going upper circ. I put it all into one, but circulation and brain and nerve are the two. It's going to really be immeasurable. At the same time, though, get a picture of your eyes and see how much lymphatic suppression you have up here. What's the sinus look like? That's going to be right above the transverse. What's your colon look like? You know, because you got to start working on all that. Remember, this is kind of all hooked here. So to get this to drain, you can work on your neurolymphatics, but you also want to get in here and get this lymphatic system moving in the gut walls and stuff. Really get everything turned on and moving. Get those kidneys filtering at all costs. Filtration of the kidneys. I can't even... Forceps Ridge seems to be the epicenter of the seizure. 7 years ago, around November, I moved to the United States to join my husband and had to receive the flu vaccine for immigration purposes. So you have the COVID in you. The following January, my seizures increased to every 3 weeks. And I have been of that frequency ever since. Always during sleep, I have tried so many things. Well, again, they probably gave you some thimerosal or something, you know, mercury poisoning, a toxicity there, and that suppressed your nervous system even that much more, which then made you have more seizures, common seizures. So you got to get this detoxed out of you. Remember the little baby? I showed you that the urine had that black stuff in it, and that the baby who's 3 years old hadn't recognized its mother until that kidney gave that out, and she saw that in the urine. The baby, it's kind of like once that got out of the body, the baby then started recognizing. I mean, what the hell is that? See? And that's this thimerosal, that's this mercury, that's the crap they have in this stuff. Oh, let's just put our little babies full of this chemical crap. That, you know, it just sends me so far out there. For some of us warrior dudes, we don't do well with this sort of stuff. You guys getting away with this far too long. You say, yeah, you get a little baby and born. Let's just load them up. And you want to load them up before what? Before they leave the hospital? They just got in this world. It's like, oh my God. These guys have lost it. They've went nutso. So who's controlling their consciousness? That's what you want to find out. It's not here. Where is it? I've tried so many things. Neurofeedback. Feedback! That's what I was trying to think about. Biofeedback. You know, in that last one we were talking about. People use biofeedback for years to learn how to control the mind, control things, stuff like that. Or just learn how to leave your body. Maybe how to leave your body at well and then come back when they're done. And of course, you've got these other 5Gs and things that coming in, and that's going to be a little electrical on you as well. And that could trip you into some seizures as well. Don't forget that too. You know, these are all acidic factors. Here's the thing. I thought so. Neurofeedback, magnesium, I thought so. Magnetism, craniosacral without much success. No, because you really got to get into the tissues themselves. I'm really into getting into the tissues themselves. You know, you can treat, but my experience in 50 years, treat yourself to death. That's what I see. Never works, and you spend all this money, and it's all right. I feel a little better. This kind of help, but you know, nothing works like getting your kidneys filtering, getting your body hydrated, and really regenerating the body. I'm trying to show you this with the toe, and there's a reason I'm doing this, and you know that already, right? Right. Okay. To show you what the body can do and regenerate. People around here thought they ought to, even works for me, thought they ought to cut it off. They don't think that anymore. They're going, wow, yeah, well, that's why I do what I do, because I know the body can do that. But you have to change the terrain, the condition of your chemistry. And see, we're learning in Pat's class, we're learning from a perspective of medical thinking. And it's sad because most of like A&P, the anatomy physiology is not owned by the medical community. Far from it. You've got naturopathic communities, homeopathic communities, chiropractic communities. You go on and on and on. We all own the body. Not just the medical community. Sorry, guys. But that's what they want. So now all these A&P books are written with medical slanting, which is half wrong. And it's just like we talked about the lymphatic system and brain, and flatly say there's none, and then they find it. You know, it's like, but. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody says, well, you don't have the. It's like, really? I've read so many libraries, it's not even funny, and that's why I don't read them anymore. Other people's opinions, other people's ideas. Okay, I get it. Get the basics like we are in A&P. And then get out and see what you can discover on your own in consciousness. So over the years, it has been very slowly getting less intensive, but the frequency stays unchanged. Get on that antispasmodic and take it. I would take a dropper full about 4 times a day. Or a half a dropper full, I don't care, somewhere in that range. But with that, go on at least 2 kidney formulas. You want something for the adrenals. I'm going to say that, brain and nerve circulation for sure. Get on the GI tract, clean that bowel up, clean up your liver and all that. Go after worms, your parasite MNG. Deworm yourself at least for the first month. Get down the fungus and all that. More recently, in November 2020, I started a fruit-oriented diet. Oh, thanks. Still include rice and some cooked vegetables, nuts, etc. On occasion, I used a lot of cilantro to pull out heavy metals, which seem to have triggered seizures. See, that's the point. You got to detox these out, so you got to get on your fruit. They're the highest electrically. So get on your fruit, get on the antispasmodic, because that'll help you when you're detoxing all these metals out that you don't trip you into a seizure. So use the antispasmodic with these other herbs. Go after those kidneys, honey. Go after the adrenals, because that's your autonomic, that's your neurotransmitters. So go after those adrenal glands. That's a big deal there. Since that diet, my seizures seem to be high differently, but have been even more frequently triggered or not as part of the flushing process. You got to get on your fruit level. I'm you're on rice. What do you got? White flour, basically, white. What do you got? Nothing but starch, fungal food, right? Nothing there, right? Crap food. Cooked vegetables, you lost all the magnetics out of that. You rebonded the chemistry. Crap food, nuts, high proteins, out. So what do you got? Etc. I don't know what that means. Could mean anything, but wrong diet. You need to get on a grape diet. I'd get on a 20-day grape diet. Just all the grapes I can eat. Grape. At least do it for 3 days. Oh, I did it for 3 days. I can do it for 5. I did it for 5. By God, I can do it for 10. Do it for 10. My God, I can do it for 2 weeks. That's what you need to push yourself. Push yourself. Push yourself. Get self-discipline. Because it's only you that you're disciplining yourself with. It's you. How you take care of yourself and your body. I'm the one that's talking. Because I like a little Indian food once in a while. I am still on anti-seizure medications, but the best gift I could ever receive is to be done with those forever, and that is get on our anti-seizure, get on our antispasmodic, wean off of theirs, get on ours. Now remember, fruits are antispasmodics, even vegetables, raw. You're on the wrong diet. You're on a seizure diet. While I did watch a lot of your videos, then go on a fruit diet, honey. Would you recommend I proceed for permanent healing? Yes, ma'am. And I would proceed by going on a 20-day, set yourself in for at least 20-day grape diet. Pretty beautiful girl. Hard to see anything from your looks there. What would be different steps? Go right in. You know, I'm not one of those that tiptoe through the tulips. Nope. Bam! Let's go. Let's shake that body up. Let's get things woke up. Let's get going. We can go to the way we go to town. No, now. Yeah, where are my boys? Oh, I should clean my desk off. On the anti-seizure medication interfere. Oh, absolutely. So that's why you want the herbal. See if you can get the herbs that control it, but you want to stay on that like that. So the brain and nerve formula is a little bit of an antispasmodic. The antispasmodic, a big antispasmodic. Your fruits, your berries, your melons, and your raw vegetables, antispasmodics. To make myself clear. And anti-inflammatories. We good? Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and helping people. I love you, honey. Thanks so much. This is Mars, Violaine, Violine Mars, age 30 years old. You sure look familiar, honey. You do. Maybe I've seen you at night. Traveling through the skies. Who knows? It's enough to say. Get your life taken care of. I hate seizures, honey. That's not good. And you know, I've dealt with seizures with so many of my clients for years. So if you listen to me, I'll get you out of them. You know, because you don't want to get into them, Grandma. I had a guy that every time he had a seizure, he lost something. At one time, he lost the ability to write cursor.